accounting and schedules.
Before he became former President Biden.
And it's interesting to think, just a bit of context, back when Joe Biden issued the pardon for his son, for Hunter, and there was a lot of commentary about how this is coming so late in a presidency. Clearly, he was trying to kind of wait as long as possible so there wouldn't be any blowback or opportunity for people to be critical of the administration. That was nothing in terms of last minute compared to what we just saw today from what you were just running through.
Right, and an AP Newark Center for Public Affairs research poll at the time found that the Hunter Biden pardon was very unpopular, not something people were really pleased that the president was doing, essentially using the power of his office to make sure that his surviving son was immune from prosecution. Like you said, that now almost seems like it was months and months and months ago, like a lot of things here in Washington do, but to take care of, essentially, of his brother and sister and their spouses minutes before leaving the presidency is something else altogether.
Definitely. We are still watching now, waiting for Joe Biden and Jill Biden to exit the Capitol as they get into a waiting helicopter that will take them on to Joint Base Andrews and then California. We anticipate they will be going to Santa Ynez, which is an area that the Bidens most recently traveled to in August after his remarks at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. The president and First Lady spent some time of reflection and relaxation and just kind of away from politics at that portion, at that area of California. Now we do see the people that we were just talking about exiting the Capitol. We have the president and First Lady, followed by the former president and former First Lady, Vice President Vance and his wife, as well as former Vice President Harris and her husband. So a moment of bipartisanship as the Trumps and Bidens take part in this next set piece of official Inauguration Day events here in Washington, the farewell to the outgoing president and First Lady.
And again, something we did not see 4 years ago.
Right.
Because the Trumps had already left for Florida before Joe Biden and Jill Biden even got to the Capitol.
Right.
This gets back to a much more familiar scene. It's been striking how much engagement now former President Biden has had with Melania Trump, with Donald Trump. He made it a point to speak to one of J.D. Vance's young children right after his father took the oath, had a big smile on his face, and leaned down and spoke with the boy, shook hands with Carrie Underwood after she performed, very quickly shook hands with Donald Trump after he took the oath. He's had a pretty big smile on his face for a lot of what we've seen today. And I can't imagine the helicopter's rotors with the wind whipping up are going to feel very good coming up here. Having sat on the White House South Lawn way too many times when both of those men boarded Marine One. It's cold on a hot day. On a really cold day like this, not fun.
It is still only here in the mid-20s here in Washington. Let's just listen in as these farewells happen at the Capitol.
There's no way. There's no way. He's got a lot of shit to do. He's going to be here 4 minutes. Yeah, 2 hours out. Oh, yeah. He's 4,000 I'm sure that he may or may not come this way.
The man who will lead us to this new golden age, the decisive winner of the Electoral College and the popular vote, the 45th and the 47th, and the greatest president of our lifetimes, Donald J. Trump.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. And was that a hell of a speech or what? That was, man. That was a good way to start it off. You know, I didn't know exactly what the president would put in that speech, and I hoped to myself that he wasn't going to hold back. And, sir, you didn't hold back. That was a hell of a way to start the next 4 years. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for the president and for all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this possible. We love you. We wouldn't be here without you, and we're going to make America great again together for the next 4 years. And the last thing I'll say is, you know, having stood outside for about 5 minutes to wave goodbye to the Bidens, thank God we moved that thing indoors because it was a beautiful ceremony and it was cold as hell outside. So, sir, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
No, he's right. I said, oh, look at this beautiful sunny day. We blew it. And then I went outside and we were freezing. You would have been very unhappy. The sun was very deceptive, I will tell you. It is cold out. And I'm sort of saying, that was so beautiful today. Maybe they should do it there every 4 years. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because, the outdoor thing is really good, but it gets a little cold around this time of the year, as some people have noticed. And a lot of times they suffer through it. There was no suffering in that room. It was 72 degrees. It was perfect with the best acoustics I think I've ever heard in a room. This is not so bad either. But I just want to say, you're a younger, far more beautiful audience that I just spoke to. And I want to keep it off the record. I want to keep that off the record because I don't want to have all those big shots up there. I don't want to think you're more powerful than them, you look better than them, and I love you. Now, we just had a great time. We just had a great day. This was amazing. When you think we took a journey, I mentioned in the speech, a lot of people said that was not a journey that was possible, and it was indeed possible. I didn't really know too much about what they were saying when they said that, but a lot of people felt it. And we hooked up with J.D. very early. I watched J.D. over a period of time. I endorsed him in Ohio. He was a great senator and very, very smart. The only one smarter than him was his wife. That was I would have chosen her, but somehow the line of succession